Now that you know the user-friendly features of Candycom's SC75 track buggies, let's dive into their safe use and operation. If you haven't yet, check out our detailed video on the SC75's components and functions. Watching that first will help you understand the safety tips that we are about to share.
Before using the machine, locate the operator's manual located under the hood. Be sure to read and understand this manual. It is essential to familiarize yourself with the controls, safety labels, and the proper use of the machine. Never allow people unfamiliar with these instructions to operate or service the machine. Anyone who operates the buggy must be sure to read and understand the manual thoroughly before operating. Failure to do so could result in property damage, serious injury, or death. This machine has a riding capacity for an operator only. Do not carry or transport passengers. Always keep in mind that care and concentration are required when working with our buggies. Loss of control on a slope cannot be regained by applying the brake. Main reasons for loss of control include insufficient track grip, excessive speed, misjudging ground conditions, and incorrect load distribution. Always wear protective footwear, long trousers, hard hat, safety glasses, and ear protection when operating or servicing the machine. Avoid loose clothing, long hair, and jewelry. Prepare beforehand the working rules and procedures, such as signaling and traffic control of the workplace. This reduces the risk of accidents. Never handle fuel or service the engine or recharge the battery in the presence of fire or spark. Perform the daily pre-startup inspection before starting the machine. Repair or replace damaged parts before starting. Operator safety and machine life can be greatly increased by adhering to a pre-startup inspection. This machine is intended for carrying liquid concrete, sand, gravel, and dirt. Avoid carrying hot materials which may damage the machine. Steel buckets are an option available for asphalt and other materials with chemicals not conducive to poly buckets. The stability of the machine is affected by speed, steering, terrain, and load. Always pay close attention to these factors. Do not operate the engine in an enclosed space where dangerous carbon monoxide fumes can accumulate. If the buggy is to be used indoors, then consider using either propane or electric-powered versions to help eliminate ventilation concerns. Do not touch the engine, muffler, or exhaust pipe while the engine is running or soon after it stops. These areas will be extremely hot and can cause burns. Do not operate the machine under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Always check for obstacles before operating on new terrain. Sound the horn to warn bystanders before starting the engine and moving the machine. Using one hand, control movements with the D handle. Use your other hand to hold on to the guide rail to maintain a comfortable balance and control when the machine is moving. On slippery surfaces, travel slowly and exercise caution to reduce the chance of skidding or sliding out of control. Never operate on ice or other slippery conditions on sloped terrain. Ensure no obstacles or people are behind the machine when backing up. Move slowly and avoid high-speed sharp turns. Never attempt to drive over large obstacles like rocks or fallen trees. Always travel slowly and use extra caution on unfamiliar or changing terrain. Avoid terrain that is too rough, slippery, or loose. Do not operate too close to the edge of a cliff, an overhang, or a slide area. Avoid sudden starts, stops, or turns to prevent loss of control or tip over. Drive at a safe speed considering the surface gradient, conditions, and load. Use a spotter for poor visibility, rugged terrain, or limited maneuvering space. Follow proper procedures for driving on slopes to prevent loss of control or tip over. The maximum payload for this machine is 998 kilograms or 2,200 pounds. Do not exceed this limit. Load the payload evenly to maintain stability. Do not operate on a slope steeper than 20 degrees with a load. And never drive sideways on medium to steep slopes. Only travel up and down. Drive at a reduced speed and allow greater stopping distance when carrying a load. Ensure the total weight is within limits before operating on floors, crossing bridges, or overpasses. Perform dump operations on flat, level surfaces. Take care when raising the bucket on slopes. When parking, choose flat, level, stable surfaces and follow all previous precautions. Apply the parking brake, stop the engine, and remove the key when leaving the machine unattended. When servicing while the bucket is raised, engage the red bucket safety prop. Do not service the machine while the engine is running. Pay attention to moving parts if running the engine is necessary. If hydraulic fluid is observed to be leaking or you observe fluid around the machine or ground, place the machine out of service and follow the lockout tag out procedure. When loading, ensure the ramp is at least 3 times the height of the transport deck. Stow the standing platform deck and back up slowly. And that is the summary of the Canicom SC75 operation. Always follow these guidelines to ensure safety and efficiency. Contact Canicom USA for inquiries.